It's a great pleasure and honor for me to dedicate this bronze statue, dedicated by the Sun Yat-sen Foundation for Peace and Education in commemoration of the 100th anniversary of the Xinhai Revolution and the birth of modern China.
It is truly an honor to be here once again on behalf of Governor Abercrombie. I had the extreme privilege this morning of reading a proclamation from the governor dedicated to the Sun Yat-sen Foundation for Peace and Education, declaring today Sun Yat-sen Day in all of Hawaii.
My grandfather, Dr. Sun Yat-sen, devoted his whole life to the salvation of China. He led revolts to overthrow the Qing dynasty and the dynastic system in the Wuhan uprising and established the first republic in Asia.
When we remember Dr. Sun Yat-sen, I would like to remind all of you not to forget his elder brother Sun Mei. His elder brother Sun Mei came to Hawaii in 1871 following his mother's elder brother, Young Mun Nap, and he became established here in Hawaii. He started off as a rice farmer and then prospered as a successful merchant, enabling him to sponsor his brother, Sun Yat-sen, to come to Hawaii for his education. Sun Yat-sen arrived here in 1879 when he was just 12 and a half years old. He was educated at Iolani and Punahou. When he came, he could not speak a single word of English, and in less than 3 years' time, he had gained such a mastery of English that he was able to win second prize in an English grammar competition with native speakers and was awarded a prize by King David Kalakaua. On November 24, 1894, Sun Yat-sen came back to Hawaii and established the Shinzonghui, the Revived China Society, as his first revolutionary organization, making Hawaii the birthplace of the modern Chinese Revolution. In October 1895, Sun Yat-sen's first Guangzhou uprising failed, making the entire Sun family fugitives of the Qing imperial dynasty, and Sun Mei requested his whole family to come to Maui as a place of refuge up on his ranch up in Kamaole. From 1895 to 1911, during those 16 years, Sun Yat-sen made 6 trips to practically every major Chinese overseas community around the world to preach about his revolution and to raise support. Sun Yat-sen's greatest supporter was his own brother. Sun Mei was one of the wealthiest Chinese in Hawaii during his time at the turn of the century. He had owned almost 100 properties on Oahu and Maui and owned many businesses, including the Kahului General Store, which he established in 1881. Through the years, Sun Mei eventually sold all of his properties and businesses to support his brother's revolution. Out of Dr. Sun's 10 failed uprisings, 4 were in 1 year alone. That is 1907. And it is not a coincidence that Sun Mei declared bankruptcy that very same year. In the end, he had dedicated everything that he had, including his own home, to the revolution, because what they believed was that their country was on the verge of destruction. And without a country, they had no real home. And so they would sacrifice everything to save their country from destruction. Sun Zong-san said that his revolution was to save China, 救中国的革命. And he said that the overseas Chinese were the mother of the revolution, 华侨是革命之母. And so this Chinese garden here at Kapaniwai is dedicated to the Chinese immigrants who contributed so much to the early development of Maui, the development of Maui's economic infrastructure, clearing the land, building roads, irrigation ditches. When I came here a year and a half ago, I noticed that there was no history of Sun Mei here on Maui, both in the Sun Yat-sen Park in Kula and here at the Chinese Garden at Kapaniwai. So I wanted to enhance the historical, cultural, and educational value of both of the parks. And what is unique about this Chinese garden is there's 4 panels, as Marvin mentioned. 2 panels are dedicated to the history of the early Chinese immigrants, the history of the Chinese immigration to Hawaii and Maui in particular. And the other 2 panels are dedicated to the history of the Sun family and the 2 Sun brothers in particular. Thank you very much. It has been a great honor and pleasure for me. Thank you.